Hey, we're going to talk about kids and the messes that they can make. I'm sitting here in front of this Lego creation that's been here in my living room for a couple days because, heaven forbid we take that creation down. If you have children or grandchildren, I just wanted to share some tips when it comes to cleaning and keeping your house a little more tidy because we know kids create mess, and that's just part of the joy and the play and the chaos that they are, but it comes with the territory. So just a couple things. I have 3 children, ages 10, 7, and almost 5. And I just want to show a few things that we've done. Not that I'm perfect and not that our house is ever perfect, but it just has helped make some rhythms in our home when it comes to chores and cleaning and working together. What we are currently doing right now during the school year is we created Toth family jobs. So just like in school when the classrooms have fun jobs, I took that concept, I saw it online, I think, and applied it to our home. And we worked together to come up with the names of the jobs. So we have like the host and the hostess. They set the table and they help clear the table after meals. The family chef helps plan and cook dinners. And really that's a good thing for me to allow them to come into that space and learn how to cook because I know it takes a lot more time. So maybe once a week they'll help with that. The plumber cleans the bathrooms. The personal assistant, which is my personal favorite, helps mom and dad with the extras. So it might be like the basement lights got left on and I'll say, hey, who's my personal assistant this week? And can you please go turn off the lights in the basement? Where typically if I said, who left the lights on? Oh, I didn't. Just having that job title for whatever reason makes it a little bit better. The bedroom monitor inspects and reminds bedrooms that they need to be cleaned up or tidied up by Thursday. So they kind of like having that one because they have to check on their siblings and mom and dad. They get to check our room and see what needs to be tidied. The dish diva or dish dude helps with dishes. The cloak man or girl keeps our area where our shoes and our coats and all that stuff helps keep that tidy and even helps remind people like, hey, you need to hang up your backpack. It's a lot of it is actually telling the siblings that they need to do something. And at first I was a little afraid about that. Like, is this going to cause trouble? But it really doesn't because the jobs switch every week. And so next week someone else gets to do that job. The music director, my kids play piano, and so they have to have practice their piano. So that person helps remind them and encourage everybody to practice. The dust buster is going to go dust around the house. And then the Lego master is the one that they came up with because we have a lot of Legos in our home. So the Lego master helps put Legos away when we have random pieces lying around, and we added the zookeeper, helps with the family pets there. So everybody has a paper clip, and it's a color coded, and my husband and I get one of these or 2 of these jobs as well, and then they rotate. Now I want to say my kids, my 3-year-old, or I'm sorry, he was 3 last summer when I showed my next one. He's 4, almost 5. When he's the plumber to clean the bathrooms, like I need to help him with that. But I am so surprised how much he can do, and he likes to do it. And it's a time for us to spend some quality time together, and I'm involving him in the chore. And yeah, it takes a little bit longer than what I could do sometimes, but my older ones, now that I've been, we've trained them and worked with them, they can pretty much do it on their own. And so it's an investment as well. So that's what we're doing, just an idea. And then I wanted to show you what we do in the summer, okay? So we started this past summer and it worked really well. I really enjoyed it. And each of them, I made these laminated charts, okay? And we had a little checklist, and I saw that when we put this away in the drawer at the end of the summer, I didn't take it off. So I'm gonna have to use some cleaning paste probably to get this all cleaned off. But we just use dry erase markers, okay? And so then every day, I'll show you this one, they have to complete these tasks and they have to check it off. So it's brush teeth, make bed, which, he was 3 at the time we did this summer, 3.5. His bed is not gonna be perfect, but he learned to pull his covers up. Devotions, that's important to our family, so I would help them do a devotion. Tidy their room. So the rule on that is that we set a timer for 10 minutes. If it needs a little more, 15 minutes, they need to do a 10-minute tidy of their room every day. And what they learned is that it actually helps keep their room clean so that they don't have to do a huge long cleanup sometime and feel overwhelmed by it. So that went really well, especially for my daughter, my 10-year-old. She has a very, very, very messy room, and this was a good practice for her to learn. And then I have 2 blank ones that I would write in something based on our day, and sometimes we'd leave it blank if we had a very busy day. But for this one, my youngest, he had to wash windows. And so I gave him, that's the beautiful thing about Norwex, is that it's safe for kids to use. So I gave him a wet Enviro cloth, a dry window cloth. I showed him how to do it. Are the windows absolutely perfect? No, but they're way better than they were, and it's something that he can do that I don't have to do. And then I also put shoe bin, because the shoes in his shoe bin were starting, he had too many, so he had to pull a couple out and put them in his closet. Of course, he might need a little help with that, but that's an easy task. Other things that I've done for a little one, restock the toilet paper. I'll give them a wet Enviro cloth and wipe down the banisters going down the stairs, or even the light switches. Like, take this and wipe down the light switches, water the flowers outside. You know, just little things that it's not going to overwhelm a little one, but they can still participate in doing chores for the family. And then my daughter, she's the one that can have a messy bedroom. This last time I had the kids' bathroom, so she had to clean the kids' bathroom, and then I put down there she had to tidy her room for an extra 10 minutes that day, because 10 wasn't going to cut it. So she had to do 20 minutes that day. And then, you know, this one, my son had to do the kitchen bathroom, and he had to dust the living room. So it's just like you can kind of swap it out based on what you have going on that day. And we found that it worked great for our family. Before they could go play and go outside or anything, they had to get these things done. And they learned that they could get them done quickly and then move on, and life was done, and I felt better that things were getting done. And then we have tried different things, but we actually do not give them money for their chores. We just feel like that's part of the family, you know, being part of the family. But instead, we had this acts of service jar. Okay, so the goal was to earn 50 pom-poms as a team. So when they complete their checklist for the day, they got a pom ball that they could put in the jar. And then if they did anything above and beyond, if they helped a sibling or if they helped with an extra chore, they could put another pom ball in. We would say, hey, go get a pom ball, put it in. And then what we did, the goal was 50 pom balls, and then we said we can have a pizza party with friends. And so each kiddo could invite one friend over, and we would do a pizza party and play outside or something like that with them. And then we switched it up for a different reward. But that's what we did, and it was great because they encouraged one another to get their palms in there, especially as they were getting close to the end. They would help each other with their chores, and we just found it was a way to reward, but also a way to teach, like, just being part of the family and helping out. So those are a couple tips. And then also, I just want to reiterate, there are a lot of Norwex chores that are really easy for kids to do. The dusting mitt especially, that's one that I always assign to my kids because they can do it. Again, it's not perfect, and I might need to go, hey, you missed this whole table right here, but they can do that, okay? And then I also want to say, we use a 15-minute or 10-minute timer all the time. So when my house just feels overwhelmed by clutter, I'll say, okay, everybody, we're gonna set a timer for 15 minutes. Sometimes I'll put music on. Sometimes we won't. It'll just be a timer, and I'm like, we're gonna pick it up. Or even little silly things like we're gonna act like robots, and I'm the one in charge of the robot. And so I'll say, you know, my middle is named Max. Like, Max, you need to pick up the Legos on the floor, and then I'll push their nose, and that's their like go button, like beep, and then he's like picking up the Legos. And you know, anything that you can do to make it a game can be really helpful for the kids. So we'll do that, or we'll say, okay, I want everybody to pick up 5 things, or everybody pick up a red Lego, or everybody find something red to pick up, or you know, something like that. And we just try and make things into a game, and it can get done a lot faster. You'll feel less stressed, they'll feel less stressed. It's a bonding experience. When kids complete tasks, they actually can feel that sense of accomplishment as well. So it can be really beneficial for them to be involved in the work and feel that, you know, that productivity at the end, and feel that accomplishment at the end. So we definitely include them in so much of the chores around our house. So I hope that's helpful, and maybe there's a couple tips that you can use with your family.